Hey, so today is Wednesday, November 29th, and it's actually a nice day. I mean, it's a little cool out, but definitely nothing like Moses Lake, Washington, or Bend, Oregon. I think it might be in the 60s, maybe 62, 63 right now, so it's actually fairly nice. Nice enough to just wear a sweatshirt. I'm actually headed down to go check mail, and so I thought I would take you with me because a lot of times you don't really, you just see my face staring at you and talking, and so I thought I would take you with me to go check our mail. I don't know how it's gonna sound. I'm not gonna take the elevator. I'm gonna walk down the stairs. So hopefully, prayerfully, I don't trip. So a memory that I wanted to bring up that I thought about today was specific to food because I had been fasting. We had been fasting yesterday, and so food was on my mind. And I remembered a place that both you, Warren and Clara, you guys liked. Clara, I think, liked it more, but only because Warren, we found Zydeco, and Zydeco had this spicy chicken. And wow, I'm drawing a blank with what we used to order at Zydeco. No, it wasn't Zydeco. It was another restaurant, and I am drawing a blank on the name of the restaurant. But it was a kitchen. It was on Wall Street, I believe, and you used to get, it was like a South African kind of place, and they had Thai food, they had all different kinds of things, but Warren, you loved the spicy chicken. And they breaded it in a gluten-free, it was like a rice flour, and it was super spicy. And so we typically would go to that place, which I'm drawing a blank on, and then we would also go to Life and Time. So Life and Time was a memory that actually came to me, and then I just realized, oh, that's right. Usually I would go to Life and Time and pick up the chicken strips, the kids' chicken nuggets, which they were more like chicken strips. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go to the pool area first, and then I'll go to the mailboxes. I just realized, I was like, oh, I don't know if I have the code to get back in. But then I realized it's on my phone. So yes, I have the code. So Life and Time was a memory that I had. So there is a place, it's actually a fast food restaurant in Bend, Oregon, and it's called Life and Time. And it is like healthy fast food, if there's such thing. So the chicken strips are breaded in rice flour. Everything there is gluten-free. I think there's options to also go vegan and dairy-free. And I loved it because I was eating health consciously, not only for me, but for you guys, because of some health things that were going on. And I was very conscious of it for your guys' health and for mine as well. And so I liked going to Life and Time because you guys loved it, and they had good smoothies. There was a smoothie that you typically ordered, Warren and Clara. It was dragon fruit, and it was kind of like a reddish purple one, and it was a fruit smoothie drink. We would get that with the chicken nuggets, and they had really good gluten-free buns. So we would get burgers, and I think that's what you typically ordered, Warren, was a burger. I really liked their Tex-Mex. I think it was called Tex-Mex, and it was a bowl, and it had like black beans and brown rice. It was really good. They also had like some sort of crispy Thai one. I really liked that one too. I think you did too, Warren. But I think for the most part, Clara would order the chicken strips, and they had a really good, like a fried dipping sauce. Oh yeah, sweet potatoes. We loved their sweet potatoes. They had excellent sweet potatoes. They were super delicious. And let's see here, their smoothies. They had a good ginger smoothie. I don't think you guys had that one. But I know you guys loved the dragon fruit smoothie. Clara liked the chicken strips. I like the chicken strips too. Their sweet potato fries, they were just the right amount of crisp. They were, sometimes you get some super crispy ones in there, which is my favorite way. I like my french fries to be crispy and crunchy. The beef was really good. So yeah, it was called Life and Time, and I'm thinking just how wonderful it would be if they had a Life and Time. I actually think they have one in Texas. It might be up in Dallas, Fort Worth area. But it would be super cool if they had one where you're at, Warren, because you could eat some, fast food-ish kind of food without any digestive issues, and Clara, you could eat healthy food, because regardless if you have digestive issues or if you don't, truly, like, eating healthier, especially if you're on the go and you need to eat fast food, then to have something that you have that's a little bit healthier, you have another option than going to Burger King or McDonald's or Dairy Queen. You have more options in it. So that was my memory today, and I think I'm able to keep this message shorter than it has been in the past. I just want you guys to know I've been thinking about you guys a lot and praying. The Lord has given me revelation after revelation, especially this lawsuit, as well as the investigation against the Deschutes County Court and others who are involved in this. Because when it comes to a bigger scheme, and when it comes to lawsuits or civil rights actions, you can have a jury, and a jury you can present all your evidence, and you can present everything, a narrative as well as the evidence, to a jury, and they get to make a decision. And it's based on 12 people, and sometimes you have a couple others back up in case someone can't do it. But a jury, I actually think that all family law cases should be based on a jury, because you're putting such a huge weight and a huge decision on one person. That's crazy. It also opens up the door to a lot of other things that are happening, that if one person gets to make the decision, that means there's only one person that can be, held accountable to. And the way that family court works is that there is no accountability. Not even to an upper court, unless it's based upon law. And that is good, because if you know the law and it's not based on legalism, then you can hold a judge, a one-person judge, a one-person jury accountable. But most of the times, these attorneys, they don't want to ruffle the feathers of a judge. So if a judge says something, they do it, because it's their careers on the line, that they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in law school. And if there's a narrative that they have to keep along with the court that they're going into every single day, you're not going to challenge who's paying you. And ultimately, even though the court and the judge is not paying the attorney, or they're not supposed to, they're still a part of them making money, because if every time you walk into the courtroom and the judge knows that you're going to ruffle his feathers or you're going to hold him accountable, well, guess what? Every single case that you take into that courthouse, he could make it a living hell and make decisions for you that you lose every single case. Therefore, you lose your job, you lose your income, because one, a firm that you're working for, if you're not winning your cases, they don't want you representing them. If you're working for yourself, people don't want to hire you because you can't do the job. You can't win their case. You can't represent justice, and even when you represent justice, it gets shot down by the one-man jury, the judge. So it's a very demented system. I'm not a favor of it, and the whole reason why I started going to law school was because I want to make changes. I do want to help advocate for families and children to have rights, and when they come forward to say that there's something going on in the home that is harming them, that there is a safety that surrounds them and that they're taken seriously. And there's a full investigation to that doesn't I thought there was somebody talking behind me, but that there is a full investigation and not just a couple questions asked or whatever it is. I'm not going to get into details because I'm not referring to my case, but I do know that my case has definitely put a fire under me to say, okay, justice needs to happen. Not only that, but there needs to be accountability in the system of the justice. This includes the courthouses. And one of the ways to do that is to work in legislation, work with those who are writing bills, who are writing laws. And typically the best way to get things to change and move, or at least this is what I've been told from previous friends who are also lawyers, is to have a law degree. And so that is why I started law school. I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know. I want to make change. Warren Clara, I want to make change. I want to make change because I do believe that there needs to be justice. I do believe that people need to be held accountable, including people at the top. And I know that judges and even attorneys, for the most part, entered this career field so that they could help change the system, or help with justice, true justice. So I think that's the intention, but I think that when you go so steeped inside what it is you're doing, you tend to get swayed and maybe calloused in some ways to where you give up and you just turn into what the very thing is that you're staring at or that you're fighting. You actually become a part of it, maybe even unknowingly, even unwillingly sometimes. And so I don't know what the answer is, except that I do believe that a mother, even if it wasn't me, that any mother, unless there was evidence that the mother was physically hurting the child in any way, then I don't think a mother should be taken from the child. Not at all. And that is one thing they never did in my case. I was never proved to be delusional or crazy or had some sort of mental health illness or anything like that. And if they truly believe that I believe in a reality that isn't true, then show the reality that is. I've never been even shown that. It's just been said that you believe a false reality. Well, then not only I, but many expert witnesses who have 11 and 12 pages of their CV, which is a curriculum vitae, which is, imagine having a resume that was 12, 13, 14 pages long. Like, that's pretty intense. These are well-known, nationally recognized experts. And then you're going to tell them that their reality is not what it is. Good luck with that one, right? So, that being said, I do want to be a part of changing the system. I want to be a part of helping the mothers. I don't think the best way to help them is in the courtroom. I think it's advocating at the top. It's making changes at the very top. And helping people see that our children are our future. And if we don't treat them that the way they deserve to be treated, not like as in, well, I'm not even going to get into that, but believing what they have to say when they say it, not later on when things have been manipulated and changed, but taking their word for their word when they first come out to speak. And then digging into that. Why is it they say that? Why do they say that? What could be behind it? I mean, there's so many ways I could go with this, but just know, Warren Clara, I'm obviously not giving up on being your mother, on reuniting with you guys. I'm not giving up on truth being known. I'm praying intently that the light is shown upon the truth, and that the truth, this is, okay, I know this is a religious meme, mind you, but the light will be shown upon the truth, which the truth will set people free. Even those who are behind it and who are trying to keep things in the darkness, I pray that they're set free. I can't even imagine the anxiety and the fear that they carry. I'm guessing they're on blood pressure medications, anti-anxiety medications. How do you survive in a reality that you're very much aware that you have to keep in place, and that if anyone or anything messes with it, that you'll lose it? When you know, well, maybe most people don't know this, but you could go before God, the God of the heavens and the earth, and just say, God, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. And repent. Father, forgive me, for I have sinned. Show me the ways of the truth so that I can be set free, so that I don't have to live in this anxiety and fear of what it is I'm hiding being exposed in the light. My prayer is for those who are involved in this sense of false reality, that they're trying to keep the perception of their reality in place, and trying to keep it in place for those who are around them, that they realize that they can give it to the Lord, and He hears them, He sees them, He loves them. I know I personally have forgiven them. I forgive Brian. I forgive Judge Miller. I forgive all the people who are involved in this. They don't owe anything to me. They owe it to God. And they will stand before God. I was pondering on this last night and again this morning. This is not about me. This is not about what can we make Beth feel or think or do. This is about each one of us individually. My situation is not about Warren and Clara. It's not even about justice. It's about me. How I'm going to respond to it. It's about Brian. It's about Jenna Skog, his new wife. How are they going to respond? How are they going to deal with it? Because it's about them. The world wants to make us think it's about everyone else. It's about us. It's about what we choose to make of our life. Some of it is going to be an offense. That means those are choices that we go out and choose to do. And there are other things where it is, how are we going to respond to those people? We are going to be standing before God, answering Him. We can't point the finger. We can't point blame. It's going to be us. And I think that's a big mind-opening thought. It's about us. It's not about them. It's not about anyone else. It's about us. So what have we done? And what will we do? Warren and Clara, I miss you guys so much. I love you guys so much. You have been my world. You will continue to be outside of the world with God. I mean, obviously, I cannot make you an idol. I can't make this case an idol. I can't make justice an idol. And I won't. Because God, ultimately, He's the one who's going to do it all. He has a perfect timeline. I don't understand it at all. But He has a perfect timeline. But I want you guys to know I've been praying for you. I love you guys so much. I know that God is doing a work in your heart. I know that He's breaking off and softening the hardness of your heart to why it happened the way it did. I know that He's moving and working in a way that makes no sense, but I trust Him. I honor you guys. I am so proud of you. I love you guys so much. I miss you. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to hug you, okay? All right, going in for a hug. All right, I love you guys so much. I love you. Bye.